Artificial intelligence just took a major step forward. Before you let it take a step into your firm, I want to discuss this with you. Two of the most well-known AI platforms, ChatGPT and Perplexity, have launched something called AI or Agentic browsers. Similar to AI agents that I've discussed before, these browsers are going to do something very different and a bit concerning on behalf of you and or your firm. Well, let's discuss. Well, welcome to Legal Marketing Minutes, where I share short bursts of current marketing news and advice. I'm your host, Nancy Merland. If we haven't met, I'm a marketing and business development advisor, and I specialize in content, social, and digital media for lawyers and legal marketers. Your time is valuable, so let's get started, okay? Well, these browsers, as I mentioned, are built to act on your behalf, not just generate information for you like you might be familiar with when studying or using ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Copilot, Gemini, Grok, Llama, and many others. That may sound interesting and efficient, but for law firms, lawyers, and their business professionals who handle or who have access to sensitive information, this raises a serious red flag for me and some concerns about confidentiality. So let's walk through what's happening, what these tools actually do, and why it matters for legal and business professionals right now. So what are agentic or AI browsers? The word agent means something that acts for you. I've covered agentic AI before because it's not just on the horizon, it's already here. And unlike generative AI like ChatGPT, which you request additional information from or prompt it for information, agents act autonomously to accomplish research and tasks on your behalf. And these new AI browsers, these agentic browsers, do exactly that. Unlike typical search tools like Google, Chrome, Edge, Safari, and others, these AI browsers can view what's on your screen, gather information from your emails, documents, or browser tabs, automatically fill out names, forms, click buttons, and follow links, and then use that information to make decisions or purchases, communicate with others, create content without waiting for you to ask, and much more. Those are just sort of the top line things that they can do that you should start to be aware of. And they're promoted as a convenience. In reality, they're more like digital assistants that run in the background while you work. And without being fully aware of their capabilities, they may access far more than you intend to share. Well, let's talk a little bit more about each of their agent browsers, their agentic browsers. First, ChatGPT's AI browser, and it's called GPT Agent. And OpenAI just introduced that new browser, and it runs what they describe as a virtual computer. And with your permission, this allows it to act autonomously on your behalf. It can open a browser, log into websites, read files, communicate with others via email, take actions online without you having to walk it through all of the steps that it needs to take, and more. And Sam Altman, who is the CEO of OpenAI, parent of ChatGPT, explained, "Today we launched a new product called ChatGPT Agent. Agent represents a new level of capability for AI systems and can accomplish some remarkable, complex tasks for you using its own computer. It combines the spirit of ChatGPT features, deep research, and operator, but it is more powerful than that may sound. It can think for a long time, use some tools, think some more, take some actions, think some more, etc. For example, we showed a demo in our launch of preparing for a friend's wedding, buying an outfit, booking travel, choosing a gift, etc. We also showed an example of analyzing data and creating a presentation for work." Sam also went on to identify some of the risks involved with using the current version of agentic browsers. This is where it gets serious for lawyers and law firms. Sam continued, "Although the utility is significant, so are the potential risks. We've built a lot of safeguards and warnings into it and broader mitigations than we've ever developed before, from robust training to system safeguards to user controls, but we can't anticipate everything. In the spirit of iterative deployment, we're going to warn users heavily and give users freedom to take actions carefully if they want to." And listen to this next part from Sam. "I would explain this to my own family as cutting edge and experimental, a chance to try the future, but not something I'd yet use for high stakes uses or with a lot of personal information until we have a chance to study and improve it in the wild." Sam went on to say, "We don't know exactly what the impacts are going to be, but bad actors may try to trick users' AI agents into giving private information they shouldn't and take actions they shouldn't in ways we can't predict. We recommend giving agents the minimum access required to complete a task, to reduce privacy and security risks. For example, I can give Agent, the name of the AI browser is Agent, I can give Agent access to my calendar to find a time that works for a group dinner, but I don't need to give it any access if I'm just asking it to buy me some clothes. There's more risk in tasks like look at my emails that came in overnight and do whatever you need to do to address them. Don't ask any follow-up questions. And this is still Sam's quote. This could lead to untrusted content from a malicious email, tricking the model into leaking your data. Sam finishes by saying, we think it's important to begin learning from contact with reality and that people adopt these tools carefully and slowly as we better quantify and mitigate the potential risks involved. As with other new levels of capability, society, the technology, and the risk mitigation strategy will need to evolve. So that's the end of Sam's quote. Let's talk for just a moment about Perplexity's new Agentic or AI browser. It's called Comet. They launched Comet to its enterprise and other beta testers so far, calling it, and this is their quote, a browser built for the AI era, which it is. It includes a sidebar assistant that can monitor your browsing activity, suggest actions, summarize information from the web or your open files, learn and adapt based on how you work. And Perplexity says it's the browser that thinks with you and touts that it can, quote, boost your focus, streamline your workflow, and turn curiosity into momentum, end quote. The Perplexity app told me that Comet is powerful because it offers unified AI search, instant context, and automation across every site. Summarize, shop, schedule, and research directly in the browser. Also, Comet is designed to remove friction with every thought. So my caution when considering these AI browsers, these agentic browsers, and letting them anywhere near your firm is that if the friction that Perplexity would like to remove is intended to protect client confidentiality, it's worth asking whether the trade-off is worthwhile. So here's the bottom line. These tools don't just help you write faster or search smarter. They gather, analyze, and act on your data. And that may include, just as we've talked about, drafting documents with client names or details, read and act on internal notes about client strategy or case preparation, read file names that contain matter-specific or personally identifiable information, access your email and your calendars that might show privileged meetings or deadlines. And if an AI browser sees that data, it may use it to improve its output. That might mean sending it to external servers. It might mean storing it for future context. It might mean sharing it with model trainers, which means the way that these LLMs like ChatGPT, LLMs meaning large language models, train their models with the intelligence and information they need to serve their customers, not just you, but other customers. And if any of that happens, you could face a serious breach of confidentiality. So what law firms, lawyers, and legal and business professionals should consider doing right now, I am an AI optimist and I'm AI forward, yes. But I also lean into the AI discernment part of what I do. I consider it my job to not only teach about all of this, but also to advise and alert you when I think there's potential for misuse or harm. So in that spirit, I advise you to consider the following. Number one, disable these features unless you fully understand how they work and you're aware of where your data is being sent. Number two, ask questions about data flow. Specifically, ask, does this tool access your desktop files or local folders? Does it send data back to the cloud or store it? Is anything retained or used to train the AI model? Number three, update your firm's AI and tech use policy to reflect new AI or agentic browsers and assistant tools. Make sure that everyone understands these tools are not just smart search engines like those we've been using for many years. And number four, train your teams so they understand that these tools act on what they learn from your actions and are not just passive tools that observe what you do on your computer. And why is this an ethics issue? Well, if it hasn't become apparent by now, it's not just a matter of productivity, it's part of your and our professional responsibility. Under ABA Model Rule 1.6, lawyers must protect the confidentiality of all client information, including data that is unintentionally revealed through technology. So my final thoughts, it's not about being afraid of AI, generative AI agents, or other new technology. It is about understanding what is at stake and making smart, informed decisions. These new agentic browsers will become more common. Many of your clients are probably already testing them, or maybe a few of them are testing them. So you'll also want to be aware on their behalf of what's going on. I'm already seeing beta testers post about their use and their test results from that beta use. What is not certain is whether your firm will have the right policies, training, and awareness in place to use them safely. So let's make sure that we stay ahead of that curve. And please remember, I'm here to help. Well, thank you so much for spending a few legal marketing minutes with me. I know your time is valuable, so I appreciate you spending a few of those those minutes right here with me. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at nancy@merlandmarketing.com, and that's MYRLAND marketing.com, or you can message me here if you'd like. All right, until next time, I'm Nancy Merland. Take care.